Look, I don't mean to cause offence if you live in one, although, come to think of it, it might even help you understand what I'm getting at. But has it ever occurred to you that bungalows are a bit weird? Oh, I know it's all very normal on the surface. Entrance hall, living room, dining room, kitchen. But what if that went processional hall, robing room, occult Kabbalistic temple, and kitchen, obviously? How would that look in the estate agent's particulars? Bungalow, 2 beds, fitted carpets throughout, low-level avocado suite, temple. Would suit ritual magicians or similar. Tintagel, Cornwall. The mixture of rugged coastline and neat bungalows with swirly patterned carpets provides an intriguing aesthetic tension. I was here to meet a group of Kabbalists. I realized almost immediately that this must be them. The Cabala is a spiritual path based on an ancient form of Jewish mysticism. Kabbalists are striving to get back to their source, the original state our souls were in before they were incarnated into earthly bodies. Inside the temple, we listened to a tape about the archangels. As we contemplated, we each held a crystal. By listening to the tape, I was told, the crystal would be programmed. Whenever I touched it in future, it would automatically put the protection of the archangels around me.
We put on what we call the magical image, which attaches us, if you like, to our inner parts, our souls. And that soul, existing on another plane, then draws the energy of what we call the inner planes, which are the discarnate masters that have gone before us, who are there to help humanity. So what you're doing is if you can imagine, all of the people over the course of time have imaged and imaged and imaged and created a reality on the astral plane. Then what we're doing is tapping back into that reality that's already been created.
Do you always do this after? Do you always do this after a ritual?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, we do.
So, in a nutshell, what are you seeking to achieve?
Ultimately, the whole point of it is to live your life in such a way that you can understand yourself in a greater way, you can understand other people, and not just on a basic level, but on all sorts of levels. So you're talking about the personality, who we are this lifetime, but also your soul, your deeper sort of part of you, and then the spiritual you.
So it's got a practical application in your everyday life?
Oh, yeah.
What's the real world that you inhabit? What do you do by day?
I'm a secretary for a small tool-making firm. I mean, the soul knows the reason why you've incarnated, because we've all incarnated for a specific purpose, haven't we? And the idea of the Cabala is to help you get to know yourself well enough to be in touch with your soul so that you can have a more fulfilling life.
It's getting your thoughts correct to be able to manifest in your life what you require. And of course, ultimately, what you require is to help humanity.
See, God made that fatal mistake of giving us free will.
That's right.
If He'd have said, you are going to do this, instead of letting us make our own decisions, none of this would have happened.
It's all God's fault.
He's picking himself now. We've all come out of the closet.
Thank God we didn't film the sacrifice, eh? No, just joking.
Scratch that.
Well, of course, it's all very well for the Kabbalists of Tintagel. Their bungalow is detached. But what if your home is semi-detached? Is the fact that your neighbours may be listening through the wall likely to influence what you get up to in your box room? Apparently not. Kathleen Matthews describes herself as a shamanic practitioner working within a Celtic tradition. In her home in suburban Oxford, she specialises in shamanic soul retrieval. She says we each lose part of our soul on a regular basis. Please show to me what words when we're hurt in love or thwarted in our careers. Caitlin aims to make the soul whole again.
The work that I do for people is helping bridge those connections in their lives where things are broken. So if power is missing in their lives, if the actual vitality and energy is missing from their lives, then I will attempt to put them in touch with it. It's like taking an electric socket and plug and putting them together. And a wolf comes to the clearing. Oh, wolf, what are you doing here? Who are you?
To track the missing soul parts, Caitlin makes a shamanic journey into what she calls non-ordinary reality.
The power that permeates the whole of the universe, which is like a great web, can actually flow between the worlds backwards and forwards. And I think as human beings we engage subtly with this all the time. It has come to a place in the pathway where a stone gargoyle sits, and it sports a wonderful bow tie. For the wolf is panting, and the gargoyle is grinning. The shamanic journey is the basic component of shamanism. We're deeply sort of trying to, get to the creative core of who we are and pulling up connections. I mean, we're almost making a lower world journey. We would call it in shamanic terms, because we're really trying to root into, the ideas, the knowledge, the wisdom that's within you. Pete, your wolf wants to come home to you. May I blow him in?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay, here he comes.
That's the wolf back in then. I found myself wondering whether the Kabbalists and shamans were speaking literally or metaphorically when they talked of the spirit world. So I travelled to the West Country to meet an acclaimed writer on Celtic mythology, Bob Stewart, and asked him whether or not fairies actually exist.
There are two ideas of fairies. One is the popular one, which is little glitzy people in shimmering dresses and butterfly wings. And the other one is the older idea, that they are beings that are to do with the life and vitality of the land. And that's certainly what our great-grandparents would have believed. Remember, wherever you are in the ignorant past, that is the knowledgeable present of that past. We are someone else's ignorant past right now. And the fairy tradition is about coming into a different kind of perception. These old traditions are about getting a particular kind of relationship with the land, with the other beings around you, a new relationship to ideas of time and consciousness. And it's that relating that's important, not knowledge. Knowledge itself is sterile unless you use it in some relating, creative way. Mainland Britain and Ireland were always regarded as special sacred places. The Greek and Roman historians described them as such. What we poetically call the fairy tradition is something that's worldwide. It's about energy and beings and the land that you live in. If we take these old traditions and make them valid and alive for us today, it has to be that our own land, our own place, even if it's the inner city, there has to be something sacred and alive there that you find.
In a few moments, the healer who may or may not perform a miracle for the camera, plus the ancient order of bards, ovates and druids who put me in touch with my ancestors and make me miss the most important football match of the year. All that after the commercial break. Actually, try not to think of it as a commercial break so much as an opportunity for personal growth.